Morning, how we doing? General chat. Couple of things that I want to go through actually, but first I have some big news. You know my treasure hunt that I've been talking about, where all you've got to do is find the Volvo and it's yours. Well, I had said it was going to be when I reach 115,000 subscribers, but events have conspired against me. It's going to be before that. It's going to be February the 3rd, the Saturday, okay? Date for your diary, February the 3rd. Here's how it's going to work. At 9 o'clock in the morning on that Saturday, I am going to premiere a video, so it'll go on YouTube at 9 o'clock, and in that video I am going to explain a little bit about the car, and I am going to give 5 or possibly 7 locations around the country, all of which have been previously visited by Jeff Buys Cars on the channel. The channel has been to these locations, and there will be reasons as to why it's quite likely that all of these places could be contenders for where the car is going to be. The car is going to be at one of those locations. So let's say the video is 10-13 minutes long, like most of my videos tend to be. At the 13-minute point, everybody who's watched the video is going to have 5 or 7 locations where they can go and check and see if the car is there. At that point, it's just a race. Go for it. Obviously, some people who go to some of the locations are going to be disappointed. They're going to get there and find that the car is not there. But one person who gets there first to the location where the car is will find that the car is there. That's the way it's going to be. I would like everybody who gets involved, there's no cost, there's no charge or anything like that. I'd like everybody who gets involved to just all I ask is that you film your journey. So if you record your mission, because I'm guessing it's going to be, right, we're going to have some people that are going to watch the video and think, oh, hang on a minute, that location is quite close to me, because they're going to be scattered around the country. I'm not saying where the car's going to be. You know I like a road trip, so it could be anywhere. So someone will be like, oh, hang on a minute, Jeff's just posted this video up, that's only down the road, let's go and have a look. And other people will think, hang on a minute, I know Jeff, I know where he's put this one, quick, get in the car. Just film it, and I will edit all of your film into the treasure hunt video, and then someone will get the car and I'll sign the V5 over to you that day. Volvo 850 T5 Estate automatic for free. That's it. I will talk more about that in the future, because there's probably a bit more to say on how exactly that's going to work. But February the 3rd, that's it. Chat it over with the wife, she's okay with that date, that's the date that I'm going to do it. So that's my plan, February the 3rd, put that in your diary for the treasure hunt. You'll notice I'm not wearing a typical Wild Jeff shirt. I'm also wearing beige trousers and a expensive looking watch. I've also got myself some triangle sandwiches packed up ready. I got a flask of coffee. I've also got a good book to read, just in case, let's say, I have to hang out anywhere for, I don't know, 45 minutes, something like that. So, today, we're on a little adventure, but more on that coming up. Right, that's the interesting parts of the video over. You can stop watching now. General chat. The Volkswagen Beetle that I posted yesterday, I think the current bid on that is in the region of £450. And lots of people in the comments have told me all the things that are wrong with the Beetle. We've tried all that. It's been in a garage, and the garage is a good garage that the family have used for years, that I have used for years, and I trust them, and they work hard to make sure the car is working. They don't want to give up on the car. So all of you people saying it's a MAF sensor, it's this, it's that, it's not. We've tried it, we've done it. And then to everybody else, there's 2 sides to this, because I got a bit shirty last night. Shirty, see what I did there? There's 2 sides to this, because a lot of people were saying, oh, it's only a case of taking the head off and getting yourself a gas compressor and holding the valves up while someone does this, and you could do that, and a good mechanic can have that done with 150 quid's worth of parts in just a couple. Where are all the good mechanics then? There was no one in the comments being like, Jeff, I'll fix it for you. You pay me, I'll fix it. Not one person said that. You all told me to fix it, right? I don't live in the kind of house where I can fix cars outside. Not only that, but currently all my tools are in storage and I've fallen out with my mechanic friend. So it's not happening. And all the people saying you could make a video about it, Jeff, get your hands dirty. The reason I got a shirty about that, was because I did that for 2 years. I spent 2 years making car videos on YouTube that nobody watched. The minute I sat down in my car, right, that was basically what happened. I've been making car videos for 2 years, and in those 2 years, I did some really cool stuff that I thought was going to grow the channel, stuff that I thought was going to be popular, that people would want to watch. I mean, who else cuts the roof out of a Volvo, calls it the Volvo V70 California edition, and puts it on display at a classic car show? I actually fooled people at the show who were walking up to me and saying, oh, I've never seen one of these. And nobody watched any of the videos. I have done some how-to guides. I've done some other stuff as well. I filmed an oil change. I've stripped the interior out of one car, transferred it into another, filmed the restoration on my red Volvo, filmed all the welding work, and made a British touring car replica Volvo, bought a Toyota Hilux and turned it into the Shark Attack response vehicle. I've done so many different things, like the Citroen Zara Picasso sandpit and more, and nobody watched any of it, right? I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. But that's why I'm not fixing the car on my driveway. I've got no interest in making those videos because nobody watches them. Case in point, my Citroen Zara Picasso video turned a Picasso into a sandpit. It's a nice video, it's wholesome. Lost subscribers. People watch that video of me with my son hanging out, doing some fun stuff in a car, and they go, oh, like this, I want to watch this, and they unsubscribe. What people want to see when they watch Jeff Buys Cars is me in a car explaining stuff that's going on in the world, and I'm okay with that. That's where the channel is. That's what the channel is about. There will always be a variety of fun stuff on the channel, but you probably won't really get me I don't know, trying to buy a salvage rebuild car and put it back on the road, because you've got Matt Armstrong for that. You don't go to Matt Armstrong and be like, Matt, can you explain to us the intricacies of the ULEZ system and why Sadiq Khan is an absolute fraud? You wouldn't want Matt Armstrong to do that. That's what Jeff Buys Cars is for. Same as you wouldn't want me to try and rebuild a Porsche 911 GT3 scrappage car. Different channels for different things. But like I said, I will keep the content very varied. Anyway, I spent far too much justifying that because I was reading all these comments. Oh, low battery, is that not charging? I was reading all these comments last night, and the wife was like, why are you so wound up? And I'm like, all these people are telling me to fix the car. Where have they been for the last 3 years? Why didn't they subscribe from day one? And it was just really funny, but I guess that's the real life of being a YouTuber. So, top bid on the crap video. It started strong, didn't it? With explaining the treasure hunt. It started really strong and it's gone sideways, but there's a few things to talk about today. Right, so yeah, the Volkswagen Beetle is around about 500. Good skies today, by the way. We won't get into that either. You wait till this video later on, right, when we start diving into this book. If you're not familiar with this book, get on Amazon right now and go and buy it. Don't buy it from Amazon, buy it from an independent bookstore if you can find one. I mean, a book for sale, not an independent bookstore. Terrible video. Yeah, so that was it. Me getting wound up by YouTube comments about people telling me to fix a car that I don't have the time, space or money to fix. Somebody just offered to fix it and I'll pay you, that's fine. We can do that because that'll save them buying a new car. Yeah, so what else is going on? I've got a video coming up on the Birmingham, what is it about? Oh yeah, that's it. They want to ban, sorry, if you're still with me, thank you, I appreciate that. Click that subscribe button because I'm losing people like flies. They've all died suddenly. I quite like it when these videos just go sideways. I think they're quite funny. All the subscribers died suddenly when Jeff started rebuilding supercars. Not even supercars, just Volvos. Not even Volvos, it's just a Beetle. I could spend a whole day trying and I'm terrible at DIY as well. I have no patience whatsoever. I've never got the right tools with me, and I don't really enjoy it very much. And I especially don't enjoy filming it because when you're filming DIY, you have to do everything 6 times and film it from different angles. And when you're already a quite naturally wound up person, I don't think it would be very watchable. But I'll put a link in the description to my Volvo 850, me changing the oil one, because that was just changing the oil and that was bad enough. And that was at the previous house where I did have some space. Like if I did it at my house at the moment, we literally park on the mud. So it would be an hour-long video of me getting more and more muddy and swearing. You don't want to watch that. You probably do want to watch that. You're all mad. Don't unsubscribe, because I know that we're all dropping like flies and dying suddenly. Anyway, the video that I've got, oh, what a terrible video. The video I've got coming up is about Birmingham and the fact that they have decided in Birmingham to remove all the cars. Now, this is connected to everything. It's connected to the clean air zones, it's connected to the low emission zones, it's connected to the 20-mile-an-hour zones. And I've seen this morning that Hubnut has posted a video basically saying, do you know what, these 20-mile-an-hour zones, they're all right. So I need to, I got no problems with Hubnut at all, despite the fact that he might be a trans sympathiser who hosted a classic car day for women that was mostly men. But I didn't know about that. You all told me about it in the comments. So whatever, each their own. You can stick your thing wherever you want to stick your thing. It really doesn't bother me. Just don't tell me about it and don't promote it. So that's where I'm at with that's where I'm at with that. So I'm going to do a video on where the ultra low emission zones have come from, because I don't think enough people understand just how nefarious the agenda is. That might start with, oh, these 20-mile-an-hour zones are actually all right, but it goes on to some pretty like dark stuff that is connected to everything else. It's all part of the UN agenda, and I remember reading it a while ago, right? Someone sent me a link to the sort of truth as to where the 20-mile-an-hour zones came from, and it was quite a rabbit hole. And I remember reading the article and thinking, I ain't going to cover that because this is depressing. But maybe now's the time. I mean, if, you know, the 20-mile-an-hour zones in Wales have been in for a little while now, and if we get to a stage where people are turning around and saying, do you know what, these 20-mile-an-hour zones are all right, then they need to understand what's coming next. Because the minute you start saying, do you know what, these 20-mile-an-hour zones, they're all right, the authorities will go, you didn't mind 20-mile-an-hour zones, now how about pay per mile? You know, all those cameras that we've been putting up everywhere, the cameras that you can see everywhere you go, well, actually, they were for pay per mile. And then you'll have small classic car channels saying things like, well, I don't drive my cars very much, so I think pay per mile is perfect for me. And then the authorities will go, oh, okay, great, you didn't mind pay per mile. How about a digital ID card that you keep in your car, and it's got like an RFID chip with like wide beam, so when you drive past one of the sensors, your ID card triggers the thing, and then you can just pay automatically off your bank account. And people will go, you know, 4 months will go by and small classic car channels will be like, oh yeah, this is great, because whenever I drive my classic car, I don't need to worry about taking anything that needs a charger. I just take my card with me and then I just get charged £3.20 for the drive that I went on. It's brilliant. And then the powers that be will be like, oh, well, the next stage of that is if you've got 4 people in a car and they've each got their card on them, then we can invoice each and every one of them to their house, and then you can charge people for the journey accordingly. And 4 months will go by and small car channels will be like, actually, this is okay, because I find that when people come in the car with me, I know that if they're safe or not, because if they're not safe, then it flags up on the car that I've got someone in the car who's a political dissident, and maybe I should consider not taking them on the journey. And then the next stage, after 4 months, is the authorities and the powers that be will be like, oh, well, you didn't mind the fact that we introduced digital ID and tracking chips in cars that people carry around with them that allow them to be mobile. The next stage is we're now going to have a red flag system, whereby if someone has said something that we don't like and they get in your car won't start. And suddenly people are going to be like, oh, hang on a minute, I didn't realise when we said that 20 mile an hour everywhere was okay, that we were going to end up here. I didn't realise that. And then those of us that run YouTube channels that try to explain this stuff will be like, we tried to tell you, but you thought it was fine because it didn't really affect you all that much, and you thought that the people who were saying it's not fine are crazy conspiracy theorists. Wow, that was a video that started strong, lost its way in the middle, and then really found its form at the end. Can't remember why I started filming this video or what I wanted to say, but I hope you enjoyed making it as much as I'm gonna cringe when I watch it back. I'm just gonna throw this up on YouTube because people will probably love this and hit the subscribe button, unlike when I tried to fix cars and film that and it takes me all day. That one only took me 15 minutes and it only cost you 15 minutes. Thank you very much for watching my video. Whatever that it was that I came on the channel to discuss this morning, I'll remember what it was and then make another video about that later to explain it better.